Roger, good copy. I'll remain on Able Streak until I move into battle space. Over.
Into battle space.
Michigan into Rusty. Coming out.
It was honestly the greatest time of my life. It's definitely something I would, if I had this opportunity to go through it all again, I absolutely would. I'm actually thinking about going back into the military after I graduate college. What I tell people a lot is that 98% of the time that I was in the military, it completely sucked. But the 2% that it didn't suck, it was phenomenal, and that's what really made it worthwhile for me. It was not difficult to find a job outside of the Marine Corps. I think that the people that do have a hard time finding a job, it's because they didn't really set themselves up properly prior to getting out. However, I do think one common misconception in the military is that your military training and like your job and stuff is going to directly transfer into the civilian world, and that's where a lot of people get stuck. They really bank on the fact that, oh, I did this in the military, so I'm going to just get out and automatically start doing that in the civilian world, and it doesn't really work out like that. I'd say 90% of the stuff you do in the military doesn't really transfer over.
The bombs were hitting all around our tents. They were hitting our trucks, they were hitting our tanks.
They served side by side.
We're out there with the men, we're raiding buildings, or we're up in the gunner's turret.
We're so used to being one of the guys over there.
Being one of the guys has helped women like Army Reserve Sergeant Marie Adams gain acceptance on the battlefield.
But translating that into the civilian world, I feel that it's misunderstood.
As of 2016, veterans faced a 4.3% unemployment rate according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In the same year, and despite male veterans composing a larger percentage of the overall veteran population, their female counterparts faced an unemployment rate of 5% versus the former's 4.3%. It seems that even our service members are not exempt from the effects of societal pressures.
I would say the way I appreciate everything now, I was raised to appreciate everything I had. I didn't really, grow up in a super rich household, but after being in the military, and then you get to see have those experiences, and you learn to appreciate everything so much more. Like I said, kids that I'm in college with, or I have classes with, are complaining about that they had to work 10 hours the day before, and that just it blows my mind, because they have no idea how bad it could be. They're 18 in college right now, with a nice job, and they drive a nice car when they're 18-year-olds, in country, sleeping in a hole, and they haven't been asleep for 30 hours, because they're being shot at. So I just think, the way I appreciate everything is a lot greater than before I served.
According to Veteran Affairs in 2014, an average of 20 veterans committed suicide each day. Veterans made up 18% of all deaths from suicide in the United States.
I think the veteran suicide rate is so high because, like I said before, you form such a tight bond with the people you serve with, and then once you leave the military, you kind of branch out from that family, and you don't have that same connection with the people outside of the military. Like I said, that's the hardest thing as far as getting out, is just trying to interact with people who haven't served. And then also, when you're in the military, whatever branch, you're doing a job that is full of honor and pride. And then when you detach from the military, you don't really find those same aspects in a lot of the civilian jobs. And so a lot of veterans, they believe, that the Marine Corps was like their glory years, and they get really depressed when they start thinking about how much they missed it and the good times that they had in the military, and how a lot of that stuff, you don't find that stuff in the civilian world. You don't find that brotherhood, you don't find that camaraderie, and you don't find a job with as much pride as something like the Marine Corps. And so depression hits hard, especially the stuff that when these veterans have deployed and gone into combat, and seen everything that they've seen and done what they've done. It's really hard to transition back into normal life. It's like, how can you go into combat in a place where you've been shot at and you've been blown up, and then go into the civilian world and work a 9-to-5 office job, you know, it's really difficult to transfer over. And I think the veteran suicide rate is extremely high. And one thing that I think that we can do to like bring those numbers down to zero is be there for each other as far as like veterans.